It's week 2 of the closed beta test for Diabotical. We've got new game modes, new maps. The game just keeps proving itself to be a worthy contender in the arena shooter genre. I'm Scotty, thanks for tuning in. It's my second week playing Diabotical, and there is a lot to talk about. A friendly reminder to like, sub, hit that notification bell. It really helps me out greatly, and I thank you in advance. And with that, let's start with game modes. Brawl Free-for-All is now part of Quick Play under the arcade modes, and Duel has also been added in custom games. I'll be sourcing a post on the /r Diabotical subreddit, which best describes these modes. Brawl is a frag score-based game mode with weapon and item pickups on the map, which can be played with multiple teams or individual players. Every odd minute, 2 power-ups appear in different parts of the map, which can turn the tide of the match. Every time that a player is fragged, they will spawn with the weapon that they were fragged by, giving them a slight edge upon respawn. I just want to say that I love this idea. You're still incentivized to pick up weapons and armor around the map, but at least you get to start with the weapon you were killed with, though this may not matter if your opponent kills you with a weaker weapon. In Brawl, the power-ups spawn at the 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7-minute marks of the match and last for 30 seconds. The power-ups come out in order of Haste and Siphonator first, then Diabotical and Vanguard, which these 2 cycles repeat for minutes 5 and 6, finishing with Diabotical on the 7th minute. That's 5 power-up phases within 8 minutes of a match, truly making this deathmatch experience an intense one. The power-ups, while having some new names, are common power-ups to the arena shooter genre. Haste grants you the ability to move 1.5 times faster and fire your weapons 1.5 times faster. Vanguard grants 50% damage reduction and prevents you from taking self-damage. Siphonator is a new take on a regeneration power-up. It grants you the ability to heal your teammates by shooting them, with each weapon healing for half of the damage value that they would regularly do. It also gives you the ability to heal yourself by shooting enemies with each weapon, healing you for half of the damage value that they would regularly do. And it gives you regenerating health, 5 hit points every 2 seconds. Commonly in other arena shooters, regen usually just provides a health regen tick for a period of time. With this change to the typical regen power-up, there's the added ability to support your teammates with heals. Also, if your aim is true, gives you a fighting chance when faced with more than one enemy for some truly clutch moments. Diabotical is the quad damage of the game, granting you quadruple damage. It also plays music on your position, which can help pump you up and intimidate your opponents as you close in for the frag. Barky Music is killing it once again with the musical score. I'll post a link in the description below to a SoundCloud where you can listen to these Diabotical power-up songs. I love traditional free-for-all deathmatch modes, and Brawl is exactly that. If you're looking to shoot all the things and get some adrenaline going, this is it. Outside of dueling and arena, this will probably be my go-to when I want to frag out and have some fun. Speaking of dueling, that's our next game mode introduced with this weekend's test. Duel is a game mode played 1 versus 1, where the objective is to win by securing the golden frag. What is a golden frag, you ask? Golden frag status is given to the player who is in the lead when the match timer has ended. To win the match, the player with golden frag status needs to secure 1 final frag. If both players are tied during golden frag status, each player can secure the victory with 1 frag. Once you reach the golden frag period, there will be a voice line, HUD outline, and your weapons will turn gold. The other player will also hear the voice line and see your eggbot with the golden effect. This is another great idea, keeping the duel match engaging until the end. This prevents players from avoiding combat while waiting for the clock to end and secure their win. You must get the final frag, in this case the golden frag, to win the duel. This encourages constant combat and also gives the losing player a chance to make a comeback, which makes it much more exciting for the players dueling and spectators alike. The initial dueling time limit is set at 12 minutes, but it shifts depending on the current standing of the player that gets the frag. If a player is tied or in the lead, a frag from them will decrease the time limit by 20 seconds. If a player is losing, a frag from them will increase the time limit by 20 seconds. It's essentially a tug-of-war battle between scoring and adjusting the clock. This is a great idea for duels. By adjusting the time clock based on the frag difference, a losing player no longer has to endure a steamroll for the entirety of the match. Most can agree that a losing player doesn't want to lose 30-0 for an entire 12 minutes, let alone any esports casters or spectators on a professional level. Dueling players spawn with a melee, a blaster, and 125 health, which ticks down to 100. You run around the map, picking up other items to increase your power and give you an advantage when you face your opponent head-on. There are weapon, health, and armor pickups throughout the map. There are also 2 Wii balls of different types on maps. When you pick up a Wii ball, you keep that one until you die. When you throw it, there's a cooldown until you can throw it again. 45 seconds for implosion and explosion, 30 seconds for smoke, 60 seconds for slow feel. After you die, the Wii ball that you had will respawn after 30 seconds. You keep the Wii ball that you grabbed until you die. It is not possible to switch between Wii balls. When you die, you will lose your Wii ball, and it will respawn in the location where it was picked up 30 seconds after your death. Not sure how I feel about keeping Wii balls in duels. I'm hoping there will be an option to disable them for those that want more of a pure skill-based dueling format. Weapons spawn 9 seconds after being picked up in this mode. 5, 25, 50 HP respawns 20 seconds after being picked up. The Mega Health, 100 health, respawns 35 seconds, and armors respawn 25 seconds after being picked up. This is going to be hard for average duelers to keep track of. Timing items is crucial in duels. I like that Quake champs kept the Mega Heavy timers both at 30 seconds. Made it easy to math it out mentally with the clock. Admittedly, I'm not good with math, so this may not be a problem for other players. At a pro level, this will be impressive to watch them play and keep track of while engaging in high-level fights. All in all, dueling adds some fresh ideas to the format, and I think most duelers will agree with these changes being a good evolution to the arena shooter genre. With new modes, we're also given new maps and map variants with items placed throughout. Enclosure is a new map, and it was introduced to Arena, Rocket Arena, and Shaft Arena. I got to play this one a lot since I was primarily playing Arena in between Brawl and Wipeout. Crystal Cove was introduced to Wipeout and Brawl with items placed throughout the map. Furnace, Refinery, and Wellspring versions with items were added to Brawl, and Terminal was added to Instagib. Admittedly, I only played one match of Instagib, and it wasn't on this map. And 3 new maps were added to Duel: Outpost Dunia, Bioplant, and Frontier. I only got to duel once with one of my buds. Unfortunately, I didn't get as much time to play and check out all the dueling maps this weekend. I plan to change that in the future tests. There's a wide variety of changes and additions that I will not be covering in this video, as I wanted to go over the broader parts of the update. If you'd like to read the patch notes in full, a link will be provided in the description below. You'll find some details on weapon balancing, UI HUD updates, and bug fixes. So what are my thoughts on Weekend 2? We still have 2 more weekends of beta testing to go through, and I am thoroughly impressed with what Diabotical brings to the table. Some of you may remember last week's video in which I expressed concerns for its broken matchmaking and networking issues at the time. None of that is present in Week 2. I had no issues using the matchmaking system in this test. Kudos to TGD Studio for giving us a good online experience. Also, I got to play with some of my friends this test, and grouping up and queuing together was smooth and easy to do. Moving on, we've been provided a nice selection of game modes to play through. Quick Play provided Brawl Free-for-All, Rocket Arena 1v1, Weibo Instagib 5v5, and 1v1 2v2 Arena.
which are core modes for an arena shooter. I wonder how they will manage all the additional mode variants once the game goes live. Will they be rotated weekly, or will they always be listed? Will there be timed events? We'll have to wait and see. Dueling, while in custom games only, is a nice preview of what dueling will be like once they add a proper matchmaking queue for it. I know a good amount of us are waiting for this day. I can't wait to test my skills and grow into becoming a better dueler in Diabotical. And what about the negatives? After this weekend, not going to lie, I'm super hyped for the future of Diabotical. I had to dig deep and think critically to come up with some negatives for this week's video. They really concern dueling. For dueling, I think it might be easier for players to have an integer of 10 to keep track of for pickup timers. Players will end up offsetting pickups anyways, so I don't think there should be a timer difference of 5 seconds between armor and mega health. TGD might just want to differentiate themselves from Quake. Diabotical already draws so much from Quake, I say just make them both 30 seconds. It's all good. Also, Wii balls and dueling, not sure I like this. I know they are utility items, and it could help a player who may not have a proper kit in a confrontation, but I personally want a pure dueling mode without abilities or utility items. Let's showcase pure skill and map knowledge in duels, please.
So closing things out, my opinion on Diabotical is changing positively in week 2. Performance is solid, networking issues are something I haven't ran into this week at all, and most importantly, the gameplay is still fun. Queue times for matchmaking are quick, which seems like a good sign of a healthy player base, and this is a closed beta. I really hope that this momentum continues, and that the game will attract a larger audience and maintain it for a long time. It really could be the return to form for the arena shooter genre. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Alright, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when future videos go live. And leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'd love to have a discussion with you all, talk about Diabotical and what it means for the arena shooter genre. And until next time, I will see you in the arenas. Rick Good.